I have another question, if you don't mind. In Buddhism, for example, over the past few years, the number of monks in temples has been decreasing. This phenomenon is actually quite obvious. In Thailand, locals told me that once their country had 600,000 monks. Now it has dropped to around 300,000. The number has actually already fallen by half. And then I saw when I was in the Netherlands and the UK, before there were many churches then, there used to be people, but now they're all preparing to sell them off. Then when I went to the US, there were also many churches in America. The churches that used to be in the cities are now being rented out to other companies, and some are sold to other people. So I see that in Christianity as well. Perhaps the number of believers is also decreasing. Now, about Chinese Buddhism, many temples have also become increasingly commercialized. Apart from business, there are hardly and not much Buddhist doctrine either. So I feel quite worried and honestly really anxious about this. On top of that, with the current culture of Western consumerism, basically when it comes to people's traditions and religions, they really want to use all kinds of eye-catching, visually appealing advertisements to erase the original faith in people's hearts. They want to wipe out the original values. And religion itself isn't particularly good at advertising or promotion. So in such a society, I feel quite concerned. Is it possible that next 10 or 20 years, what we call religion, as we know it, will become extremely rare? Will there be all kinds of changes or developments happening by then, do you think? Maybe this is a personal concern of mine, but as religious practitioners, this is something we can't help but care about. What are your thoughts on this? If you don't mind maybe sharing your perspective with us.
Yes, I share that concern. And at the same time, I have hope. Because of the experiences we have of God and of the transcendent life, I think that life is there. Although we are going back and forth from it, and maybe there are some special happenings in our personal lives and in society when we are forced to open up to something greater than ourselves. And I think we also work with this on advertisements, and we could be much better. We are working on it the whole time in the Church of Norway too, to try to understand Facebook and Instagram and social channels and everything. But my personal opinion is I try to use it myself. I'm not very good at it, but I try some and I get some help. But I still think that the most important thing for the members of the Church of Norway and for other religions is to take our own faith seriously. That I don't think advertisements will help us if we don't live those lives that are genuine. Then we have something to advertise, but we can't just forget about this thing, all the things we have been talking about. I think your responsibility and mine is to continue to live the lives we are living, try to develop them, and also try to share it with our colleagues and some few persons who can give it further. And that is, I think that is the main principle of growing. It's through human living beings.